Stoner rockers and shred masters and pedal aficionados. What's up? It's Pete Thorn. Welcome to the studio. Hey, you of course heard this on all the guitar parts on the track at the beginning of the video. I'm really excited about this one. It's the PLEXIRANGER from my friends at Carl Martin. Now, Carl Martin have always made great Plexi style pedals. Of course, the original Plexitone, kind of a great big pedal that had built-in boost as well as two different drive settings. It was almost like an amp in a box, really, but really great sounding Marshall in a box style pedal, really. And then they brought out the second version, which is a little kind of like mustard yellow version, single pedal housing style pedal. And I actually had a hand in voicing that pedal. They would send me prototypes and I would offer them some suggestions and stuff like that. And I always thought they did great, you know, bottom line, great sort of amp in a box, our favorite amp from England style pedals. So with the PLEXIRANGER, you get a Rangemaster style treble boost that's highly tunable in front of their Plexi amp circuit. I assume it's similar to the Plexitone. It sounds really similar to me, really familiar. And man, I mean, you heard on all the guitar parts in the track at the beginning of the video. It sounds awesome. I love treble boosters, and I love treble boosters in front of Marshalls. So this pedal totally makes sense to me. I mean, it just really sounded killer with both my Nags guitar, with my Sir Signature guitar, with single coil pickups. I just had a really good time. So with the Rangemaster, you get a few controls on there. You get a boost control, a frequency control, and then a range control. More on that in just a few minutes here because I'm going to play through the pedal and describe the controls. On the drive side, you get the level control, the gain control for the amount of distortion, and you also get a tone control, of course. And then there's a 3-position switch here that allows you to cut bass, actually, and tighten up the voicing of the pedal, which is really cool and isn't on the original Plexitone pedal, so I like that addition a lot. There's also a remote switch jack here, and that's so that you could maybe put this pedal in a rack or something and then switch both sides on and off using a rack switcher or maybe a pedal board based switcher. So I'm going to solo a bunch of those parts from the song at the beginning of the video outside of the mix so you can clearly hear what was going on. I used my PT100 amp for everything on the clean channel. No distortion. Amp was set crystal clean, and I'm running through a Marshall 412 out in the other room that's got old greenbacks in it. I'm also going to play some more with an SG through the PLEXIRANGER and just kind of, you know, it's like guy on the fly, just playing riffs and stuff like that, turning the knobs as I'm sitting there talking to you. You'll see in just a second here. It's just some more sound examples coming. Let's get to it. It's the PLEXIRANGER from Carl Martin. Okay, so I got the pedal set up pretty much kind of like I used it for the song at the beginning of the video. So let's check out that tone first. I want to mention that on my amp, I've got the bright switch off, and that's always the way that I like the original Carl Martin Plexi tone, kind of into a neutral clean without the bright switch on. But I'm finding this pedal actually works with the bright on too, and I'll show you what I mean in a second here. So here's just the clean tone. Okay, it's not too bright, it's like I said, like a neutral clean. Turning on the pedal. Okay, there's a bass cut switcher. Great tone, by the way, right? It just sounds killer. It's really chewy and got this great articulation to it. So part of that is this bass cut switch right here. So you can fine tune the low end with this switch. Okay, so when I started, I had it in the middle position, and then I switched it to the upper position, then all the way down. Let's just try that one more time. Okay, and you can see I got everything set on kind of like 2 o'clock right now. There's tons of gain left, but the Plexi tone always had lots of gain, like more than a real Plexi. Now let's investigate just that tone control situation and how I can turn on the bright on my amp, and then I can back off the tone control to get a balanced sound. Okay, so that's going to be like Swarm of Bees. As soon as I bring this down, though, to about 11 o'clock, okay, so totally usable with the bright on or with the bright off. I'm going to go back to, just because this is my favorite sound, with the bright off on the amp. You can hear how when I open up the tone control on it, it's got more upper mids. When I back the tone control down, it kind of chills out the upper mids and almost sounds more modern or something with the bright on the amp on. The bright on the amp off and the tone control up, it goes honk, you get these kind of more like honking mids going. Okay, and that's with the bass cut in the most cut position right now. Okay, so good times. I'll back the gain down a little bit. And I'll turn on the treble boost. Okay, just like honks. But that's what we love, you know, it just makes the guitar cut through a mix like crazy. And of course I can chill that out. I've got it boosted quite a bit right now. So let's get a little bit more of a, like a subtle. You've got a couple of controls here, one for range and one for frequency besides the boost knob. So of course I can switch up the mid frequency I'm boosting with the frequency knob. That's cool too. I mean, that's kind of almost like, sounds like a stuck wah or something when I'm doing that. Then the range control here, I think what this does, I'm not 100% sure, but I think what the range control does is narrows or widens the Q of the boost, I think. The higher that I turn that up, it sounds broader and fatter to me, like the boost is more of the overall mid-range frequency, and then as I turn this down, it seems to narrow. Just another outstanding sounding pedal from Carl Martin. They're good people over there in Denmark. They make nice stuff. They've always made the great compressor pedal, the great PLEXI tone pedals, the hot drive and boost, all kinds of terrific pedals. I'm a Carl Martin fan. So the PLEXIRANGER, great Plexi in a box, as well as you get that Rangemaster style boost in there, which I just love. If you've got a clean amp and you want to get some killer drive sounds all out of one pedal, you won't even need anything else if you got this pedal, I swear. You won't need any other drives. Maybe a fuzz, that's about it. It's the PLEXIRANGER from Carl Martin. You can check it out further at that link down in the video description below. Click there, it'll take you to all the info that you could ever want to know about the PLEXIRANGER. Hey, please hit subscribe if you haven't, and hit the little bell beside the subscribe. Then you get an alert every time I put out a new video. Come back and see me for more videos real soon. I am Pete Thorn. Take care.